Nerd used to mean something totally different. Well, kind of. When I was growing up, if you were a nerd, it was because you were super into something that other people were just not that into. It was something weird. It was a little bit of a derogatory term like, oh, that math nerd, that nobody likes math. Why is it math nerd or theater nerd or art nerd? Whatever it was, a weird thing that other people weren't necessarily into. And today, nerd usually refers to a subculture of popular culture. And oddly enough, there are like people gatekeeping nerd culture now, which is so weird to me. Because when I was growing up, if you sat at the nerd table, it was because you didn't belong anywhere else. There was essentially three groups of people when I was growing up. There was the jocks, there was the metalheads, and there was the nerds. If you were into sports and like top 40 music or country music, you were in with the jocks. If you were into like headbanging music like Metallica, you wore band shirts, you had long hair, liked to party, liked to headbang, you were in with the metalheads. And then the nerds were a total motley mix of people who were into all different kinds of stuff. There was no set list like, oh, you have to be into D&D and video games and comic books to sit at this table. No, it was like everybody who sat at that table was more than willing to share with you the thing that they were passionate about. They were like, oh, you want to ask me? You want to ask me about my thing? About this weird thing? Let me tell you how cool my weird thing is. And that was what a nerd was when I was growing up, okay? So I was a bit of an art nerd. Fast forward, later in life, chronic pain, got into fitness, fixed my pain, became a fitness nerd, got really into the science of it, all this kind of stuff, wanted to teach other people how to do this and fix their bodies with it. And that is where I started my fitness journey. And my spouse, Ash, we kind of started that same thing together, similar backgrounds. We're into different weird, nerdy stuff. Even current, like by current standards, we're both kind of nerds. And by the old school standard, we're both nerds for sure. But in any case, we started our first gym together in 2011. We called it Quality Strength, very generic name. Were we selling fitness or mufflers? Could be anything. And then we realized that all of our students, all of the people who were in our gym were people who were very into their weird thing. Doctors, engineers, artists, whatever, tuba players and people who collected spores, like all over the freaking place. This motley mix of people who were maybe not very athletic previously and wanted to come to the now fitness nerds to learn the fitness so they could hurry up and get back to what they were doing. So there's no gatekeeping necessary in nerd culture of any kind, whether you're going by the old standard or the new standard. Being a nerd should be fun and exhilarating and something to be proud of. If you want to work out at the nerd gym, doesn't matter what kind of background, like we are excited to teach you fitness stuff. So if you're into that, if you want to learn fitness, nutrition, www.thenerdgym.com. No more gatekeeping with the nerd stuff, guys. Come on. Have some respect for your elders. No more gatekeeping. Okay, see you later.